This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
I got a message that our flight was canceled. But they can put us on another flight, and we just need to confirm our credit card info.
Wait, I got a security alert from McAfee. It flagged that message as a scam.
McAfee's scam detector automatically spots and alerts you to suspicious texts, emails, and deepfake videos. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind knowing smart money habits are being built. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Spotify.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to overall ask this question as I load up Tears of the Kingdom on my my Switch 2. But no, I wanted to ask this question about Just a Robot. Is he a Trump supporter? Because no, so I'm watching K-Huck's stream. By the time this podcast episode comes out, the stream's gonna be long and done and over with. Like I'm days behind when it comes to podcast episodes. But as I'm recording this, yeah, she's doing a stream where she's talking on this video that Just a Robot did, where he's talking about iDubbbz. And so I guess, yeah, iDubbbz did this video where he's pretty much anti-Trump. And then Just the Robot, he's trying to argue with him about his political views. And that's one thing that I guess it's funny because K-Huck, she was even saying the same thing too. How it's like, she just doesn't care like what your political views are. Like, if you're a Trump supporter, all right, that's on you. But if not, it's another situation where it's like it doesn't matter. And that's how I am, because there's people that I know that are people I grew up with, people I'm friends with, where they are Trump supporters. And I think they support him on some things. They just don't support him on a lot of different things. But that's one thing about something with like Trump supporters, is that you see how quickly they will abandon being a Trump supporter. They're like, nah, this guy is crazy. I can't associate, or be associated with somebody like Trump. I want no parts in that, because no, it's just when you sit down and you look at what Trump believes in power. He don't believe in equality. He doesn't believe in, I'm trying to think of some other stuff. He, overall, if I could just sum it up real quick, he's a person that only believes in being in power. And it's people like that where I'm like, bro, I just don't get how, like, you could last as long as you did, like, because that you're not living a positive life, like, it's funny because I was watching this video of Dick Van Dyke, and he was talking about that, like how he's managed to live all the way up to 100, and it's because like he doesn't have no hatred in his heart. And that's the thing with Trump has hatred in his heart. I mean, look at the situation with that guy Rob Reiner, where instead of like, oh, I want to pay my respects to his to his like loved ones, and overall, like, whatever things that he said about me, like, I'm not going to hold that over his head even after death. Like, no, he goes out and he says all these disrespectful things about him, and I'm like, this is somebody that you guys voted for. And then I'm watching. So like, anyways, getting back, because I said what I needed to say about that whole situation. I feel like I was getting ready to repeat myself, but anyways, getting back to this whole thing, because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that with Trump supporters, that he made, or Trump more so, made them very open, like they're not afraid. Because I feel like with politics, okay, you either voted for this Republican or you voted for this Democrat, but it was never if you voted for this Democrat, we got to disrespect you. But if this Republican supports, because I feel like that's what a lot of different Trump supporters, what they look for is, does this Republican support Trump? Because if not, you're the enemy. And I'm like, fam, I can't live life like that, you know? And it's funny because I'm not going to say all Trump supporters are like that, because like I said, the friends that I grew up with, like there were some where and I don't call them friends no more. I'm like, no, you got some weird behavior going on and I want no parts of it. Like you wasn't like this in high school, then all of a sudden now, and it's like, so it really I feel like that's one thing about Trump, is that he made people show their true colors. And I feel like that when people get to that desperate side of their lives where they realize that they don't have nobody, to be cool with, it's like they find themselves alone, and that's the thing with Trump supporters. I feel like a lot of them, like, yeah, they're probably married and all that, but it's like the only people that you guys can conversate with are like other Trump supporters. But other than that, it's like if you try to, I guess, conversate with somebody outside of that, but you're one of them like diehard, like you put everything last, but being a Trump supporter comes first. Like you don't put your religion last, you don't put your kids last, you don't put like everything about like what your life was prior beforehand. Like let's say you had a kid the same year Trump became president. What was a more what was a big event for you? Because let's say if it was on some stuff where it came down between you, like let's just say Trump was just on some crazy behavior where kids got involved, like newborn babies. Like let's say it was on some business where he's like, oh, newborn babies need to be deported or whatever, like they need to be sent off somewhere and things, or there was like rules and laws and all these other different things about having a kid, and it came down between you voting for this man again, like putting him back in office, or being there for your kid. What would you overall do? And I feel like that there are a lot of Trump supporters where they will be all like, hey, my kid will figure it out, I gotta be a Trump supporter. And it's just sad, bro. It's like, it's sad when you see people carry on like that. I'm like, I feel like that I need to elaborate on that more. I need to, because I feel like I'm usually good at coming up with examples, but I'm like, just trying to like rush into one. I couldn't really, but it's like, no, I feel like that overall, just, the point that I'm trying to make is that Trump supporters put everything last, and then they put being a Trump supporter first. So seeing Just a Robot, I mean, overall, because he's always have had a racist side to him. I mean, who wakes up one day and decides, oh, I'm going to do a video defending the Confederate flag? I can't remember when exactly he did that video, like what year he posted it, but if he posted it the same year Trump had announced that he was going to be running for president, because that's when we got to see him for his true colors. And that was like what, 2015. So if he uploaded that video in 2015, then then it pretty much confirms all the racism allegations with Just a Robot. I'm like, I just don't think that you will have that many racist ties from your fans to your I guess like who you voted for in politics, and then just back stories about you don't have that many ties to racism and not be racist. So that's one of those things. If that's offends Just a Robot, him being considered a racist, I'm like, okay, well, fam, look in the mirror. I mean, it's one of those things that you gotta really sit down and think about. That it's like, I'm trying, I don't know, I guess like to think of all right, so just using me for an example. Let's say I wasn't calling myself a content creator. I was like, oh, I'm not a content creator, but I have a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, a TikTok. I post videos on Instagram and all these other different platforms. Wouldn't that make me a content creator? So like, and it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to come out and say that I am, but I'm going to pretty much have it where my fans speak up for me and say that I am, and that's the thing where it's like, so it's like, okay, so I guess like, how could I put it in words with that? So it's like, all right, so your fans are pretty much just based on their behavior, they're pretty much confirming that you are a racist. Because I'm like, well, all the different times I dealt, it was like earlier this year, I dealt with a racist fan of his. Speaking of K-Hug, no, there was a time where he had made some tweet. I think it was actually that tweet when he shouted out that Vincent Martin guy that defended him. But anyways, so he makes this tweet shouting out Vincent Martin. K-Huck responds to him, and then me and because I seen that she chimed in, so I was like, all right, I might as well chime in too. It was on my recommendation like tweet thing and stuff. So or For You page, wherever they call it for Twitter. But anyways, I seen that she responded to it, to the tweet. So I chimed in, cracked a joke. And then at that point, it was like, we were all throwing hands, you know, it's like me and K-Hug, we tag teaming. She slapped my hand. I say a couple of comments, then I slap her hand. It was just going back and forth. But then there was a fan, and of course, you know, that's how Just a Robot, how he has to do things. You know, he has to have it where his fans jump in. Like, I don't know if it's like a flare thing, or, you know, like a beacon in Discord or something, or he just sends out like a text and he just lets his fans know. He's like, he's like, it's getting overwhelming. It's, you know, these people, they're coming after me and stuff. So I get into it with one of his fans. One of his fans chimes in. And I can't remember what exactly, they did call me the N-word. I just don't remember how exactly they put it in, you know, in text, like, or in the tweet and stuff. But they did call me the N-word. And I'm like, wow, just openly being racist. Okay, cool. And that was his response. He was like, well, yeah, when I'm dealing with people like you, then yeah, it makes me racist. I'm like, no, fam, you already are racist. I'm like, it's not like, oh, people enable all the different times I dealt with a bunch of different races. I'm like, oh, and you know, instead of saying an insult that's gonna have them thinking, let me say an insult that has to do with their race. I'm like, with me, I'm like that, and I guess like I'm a little bit better at you know, when it comes down to arguments and insults and all that, because I don't have to be racist. There ain't no reason for me to be racist. Just a Robot, on the other hand, it's like, yeah, it's like I said, with all the different things tied and linked to him, you can't convince me otherwise, you know. So, but anyways, yeah, so he's doing this video. I watched a little bit of the video. I didn't watch the whole video. I watched a little bit. I skimmed it. You know, and that's why I'm coming up with the you know, pretty much the conclusion that, no, yeah, Just a Robot, he's a Trump supporter. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's not like, oh, it's, you know, it's surprising stuff. It's pretty much one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, like, I guess it would be one of those things where I will be trying to figure out, like, in case if he did come out and say that he wasn't, then I'm like, okay, well, how can you prove to people that you're not? You know, it's like, and I guess, I don't know, maybe if he voted for somebody else, I'm like, okay, you know, it's whatever, I guess. I'm like, I guess he ain't a Trump supporter, but I don't know, man. Maybe he might be a Trump supporter, but he just didn't vote for him, but he'll like his tweets and all this other stuff. But usually, because I'm like, I wonder if he follows him like on social media. He might be following him. If he has a burner account, he definitely follows Trump if he has a burner account and stuff. So, and I have a feeling that he might have a burner account, because when I look at his fans and how they be having like multiple accounts and stuff, yeah, Just a Robot, he most likely got like a burner account. He just be showing support whenever he possibly can to Trump and stuff, be, you know, getting into it with people and things. Like, if it's just some random person, like a random account, if you're somebody that'll go underneath Trump's tweets and say something disrespectful, and then you get like a racist comment or whatever, it's most likely Just a Robot. Because I refuse to believe that he's just walking freely in this world, talking on Just a Robot. He's just walking freely in this world, and he ain't a Trump supporter. I'm like, well, you support somebody. David Duke, freaking, I'm trying to think, Hitler, you support somebody. I'm like, cause yeah, it just don't make no sense how you, like, oh, and then that's the other thing. The movie American History X. I'm like, that's another, that like, cause ain't that one of his like favorite movies or something like that? So yeah, I like, it's one of those things where, you know, I guess if he was trying to convince me that he's not a Trump supporter, I'm like, I don't know, the only way that you'll be able to convince me is if you show me who you voted for. But it's like, I guess anybody can go out and say, oh, I voted for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. It's like anybody could come out and say that, I guess, to try to invalidate my argument and stuff. But no, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't believe him. I'm like, I feel like I've dealt with him long enough to know that it's like, yeah, he says one thing, but he means the other thing. So yeah, that's what I'm like, I guess if he does come out and say, oh yeah, I am a Trump supporter, I'm like, oh, well, then it all makes sense. Like, you know, I guess if we go back and we watch that Capitol riots and we see somebody in the crowd that looked like Lord Farquaad, then I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, that even furthermore, that supports my argument. I'm like, yeah, it's like, hey, you're the only person I know that looked like, especially after that last picture that came out of him where he was at VidCon or something like that. But anyways, But I know people are probably all like, what would be the problem if he is a Trump supporter? I honestly, at the end of the day, whoever he votes for, that's his choice. They ain't got nothing to do with me. It's like he is entitled to vote for whoever he wants to vote for. Because I guess like with me, stuff like that, where I'm like, I would be more so questioning my friends versus somebody like Just a Robot, because I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I guess it would be more concerning and confusing, more so confusing, if he had voted for somebody else and didn't vote for Trump. It's either he's not in the politics or he is in the politics and he's a Trump supporter. But anyways, but no, I guess like with me, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think that it needs to be breaking news. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, I think it just really validates an argument surrounding Just a Robot, because when you look at Trump supporters and you look at Trump and you look at how they act and how they carry on, you don't really see that much of a difference with Just a Robot and his supporters. You see the same exact thing. I'm like, so I think that's probably why, another reason on why he's a Trump supporter is because look at him. It's like my thing is this: you're canceled. Don't nobody want to be bothered with you. That's what I mean by like Trump supporters, they're alone and then they find like a safe haven with being a Trump supporter. But I'm like, okay, that, pretty much like, let's just say that there is some stuff that came out, and I'm like, that's why I'm like, these Epstein files, it needs to not be redacted. We need to see all of them Epstein files, and I guarantee and I promise you, if we had seen some stuff involving Trump where he did something that was like unforgivable, like he loses all of his supporters and all that, where would a Trump supporter go to? Like, fam, that's one of those things where it's like, you guys sit down and think about like a Trump supporter. It's like, he comes out and it's either you're going to support this guy talking on Trump or you just gonna jump ship. And then it's like, nah, you did some unimaginable stuff. I supported you over the politics, but you out here doing some unimaginable stuff where I'm like, fam, I can't support you no more. And Trump, even if like, yeah, let's say there is some incriminating stuff in them Epstein files that came out about Trump where it would ruin him pretty much and things. Yeah, he'll still have his supporters. That's good. I mean, well, look at Just a Robot and his final few supporters. It probably ain't gonna be a whole lot, but it's definitely one of those things with Trump where it's like, yeah, he'll still have his supporters and stuff. But no, yeah, with Just a Robot being a Trump supporter, it honestly wouldn't surprise me, But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like whoever he votes for, it's like, I guess it is his choice. But I'm like, I guess if he voted for anybody else, I'm like, nah, I don't believe that. It's like, you could try to convince somebody that you didn't vote for Trump, and I'm like, I guess maybe if it's a fan of yours where they easily will listen to you, but other than that, I'm like, nah, bruh, I've known you way too long. I know that you is not gonna just pass up a chance and opportunity. Maybe he might not have been a Trump supporter during his first run, but during his second run, oh yeah, I'm like, I definitely feel like that with, and I mean, if you're doing a video where it's like all the different videos that I wonder how many videos he done did since he like, I guess like, so, because I really don't even know like when to go like how far to go back when it comes to iDubbbz and I guess like this anti-Trump video he did. But let's see real quick. iDubbbz, let's see. So he's done a lot of different videos. And I think that's why a lot of people don't really like iDubbbz right now, is because he's trying to be more of a positive person. Like, he's not trying to be the old iDubbbz where it's like, and I think that's what like the people that are part of cancel culture, the ones that have been canceled, they see that and they see that he's trying to change and they don't like that. They're like, no, we want you to still continue doing this canceled content. Now maybe it might be some other stuff that iDubbbz done got canceled for. Or people just don't overall like him. But I mean, if it's overall him trying to be positive and that's why people don't like him, then yeah, I think that's why Just a Robot, he's seen him as a target. And I think it's either, yeah, he's a Trump supporter and he just don't like the fact that iDubbbz did a video talking badly about Trump, or he's doing this video about iDubbbz because he's trying to use whatever haters that he has as like, I guess, leverage. Like he's trying to, have it where his haters becomes a fan of Just a Robot. And it's like, bro, it doesn't matter how many videos, because yeah, let's say you do build a name up for yourself being this anti-iDubbbz person or whatever and stuff, people are still going to be able to look your name up and see all the different, because it ain't like the people that made videos about you are going to take the videos down. I wish Just a Robot would reach out to me talking about, hey, can you take the videos down that you made about me? I'm trying to be different. I'm like, nah, you're gonna have to show me that you trying to be different. But it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, all the different, I mean, even if, okay, so my thing is this. Yeah, let's say he wanted me to take down the videos that he uploaded. Yeah, sure, I'll take down the videos that you uploaded, like the ones that he uploaded about me. Yeah, sure, fine. It's whatever. It's cool. I ain't tripping about that. But the other videos, like the ones that Krista Nark, Chud Logic, I'm trying to think who else. Everybody that I made videos about you. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I'm like, those videos won't get taken down. And I guess like any videos where it doesn't showcase your video, I guess like, yeah, the reaction videos, I would have to take those down for copyright reasons. But but as far as anything else, then no, yeah, I'm like, them videos is gonna stay up. I'm like, pretty much I'm like, you can't do anything about that. I'm like, my thing is this, it's one of those things where it's like, you have to face the truth about yourself. If you ain't trying to do that, then yeah, bro, and it's the thing is this. All right, pretty much to like sum it up, because I feel like there's 100 million things to say after that. Pretty much to sum it up, it's like the best thing for you to do is to quit content creating, because it's like you're not cut out for it. But I feel like he either is trying to gain, and he probably will do some more videos like that. And I think that's where it would more so, pretty much be a confirmation on him trying to gain the haters as fans of content creators that are being canceled or whatever. Because yeah, he'll probably go on a run of doing content like that. But it's like, fam, you're forgetting that people are going to look your name up. If not that, then more videos will come out about you, where it's like it's people pretty much revisiting that conversation surrounding you. Like, you took the time to defend a pedophile and you thought it was normal. So yeah, no, I guess like if you are a newer Just a Robot fan, yeah, he did do that. He defended a pedophile and he thought it was okay. And it's like, fam, no, it's not okay. So but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.